Welcome to another episode of Your Cochrane Right Now. This is a weekly podcast all about Cochrane, Alberta, the best town in the world. My name's Eric Ruddle, joined by the returning Lauren Meister. Lauren, you went on an adventure. You left Cochrane.
I know.
And where did you go?
I went to the happiest place on earth.
So to Cochrane.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I didn't even leave town. I was in Disneyland.
You were in Disneyland.
Yeah.
How was it? Right? Like so many of us have been here in town for the past 2 years. Was it crazy? Was it pandemonium?
It was busy. So busy. You know, and I thought it wasn't going to be that busy because I thought a lot of people were still going to be, it's still COVID. I don't want to travel just yet. And it's not peak season. It's not March break yet. Like it's not spring break. And it's not peak season.
Yeah, you put some planning into this to not have some mega lines.
Exactly. No, mega lines.
Oh.
It was so busy. Like I'm not fishing through people.
Seriously.
So busy. And it's off season. So I was like, what is it like during on season? Like I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah. So stay home.
Right? So I would say most people were not wearing masks too. So I don't know, COVID 3.0. I don't know. Who knows what
it doesn't exist in Disneyland, in the Disney bubble.
Exactly.
And you didn't even have to go there because Cochrane, we officially have our own princess now. So you didn't even have to go to Disneyland. Melody Fox, she won big. She's only 8 years old, and she was crowned Junior Miss Blackfoot Canada 2022. And we did a story on her here at Cochrane Now, threw up some photos, and just the look on this young girl's face and being able to celebrate such an awesome young lady. It's so cool.
So cool. You know, just looking at all of the photos too, the costumes, just all the colors and all the detail, like the beading and the feathers. I mean, it's just incredible. The amount of work that goes into some of these costumes is absolutely incredible. They're all handmade too.
Oh yeah. Like this is, it is just incredible. Yeah. And it's so cool to be able to shout her out. So you shouldn't have paid all that money for Disneyland. I'm sure she would have given me a couple of photos.
Seriously.
Yeah. And another huge event coming to Cochrane. We've been hyping this up for a while now. Gord Bamford is coming. Ryan Lindsay is opening for him. Kick COVID in the you-know-where tour.
Right?
You and I are hosting. And one of the fun things with being in radio is in different professions, right? If you're an accountant at tax time, everybody's like, can you do my taxes? If you have a pickup truck, hey, can you help me move? If you're in radio, the one question we get asked the most is, hey, can I get some free tickets to this thing?
Every time.
Yeah. And I've been hit up quite a bit asking for tickets for Gord Bamford. And usually we do have quite a few to play with and that kind of stuff. But a lot of people might not realize this is like pseudo fundraiser.
Well, for sure. Exactly. For BGC Cochrane. So a lot of programming for boys and girls here right in town. So, well, even like spouses, like we don't even know if we're getting free tickets for our own spouses and everybody here at the station. So as far as like our friends,
I know.
We don't even know where things are being played with that
we'd love to, but the more free stuff you give away for these fundraisers, the less funds they actually raise.
The most important question, though, are you going to be rocking your cowboy boots? Like that's the question.
And
are you going to be tucking
me?
Well, and you're going to be tucking your jeans in.
Okay, yes. The ones you gave me are a little bit big. They're still in the exact same spot in the back of the Cochrane Now Cruiser. I haven't worn them
I'm glad
again.
you're taking good care of them.
I know, right? They're pristine. But it's going to be so much fun. Like we got to see him in Didsbury, do his thing there, but in Cochrane, right? Like looking out into the crowd.
It's going to be such a party.
Everybody I've talked to so far is just so excited. They're buying tables. They're getting ready. And it's going to be a ton of fun. April 8th.
Yes, I am so excited for this.
So excited. Yeah. Now, talking about youth in Cochrane, big events over at Rock Point Church was the finale on Friday for the Youth Talent Festival put on by the Rotary. And Noel went out and he said it was bananas.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've ever been in there. My kids had dance in there.
Yeah,
right?
I've been there for the Nutcracker. Yeah. My daughter was there this past Christmas.
It's not a small auditorium.
No, it's huge.
So for them to fill it up just shows you like we are starved to celebrate these kids and all that stuff. And I bet you there was a lot of people who just wanted to see talent.
For sure. A real live show with local people.
Yeah. So, it was really cool to see. It's like we were saying, so awesome for kids right now. Grad is back on.
Yes.
So high schools, Bow Valley and Cochrane High both said, we are doing it. And they're collecting parents right now to like bring in the party aspect.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because there's not going to be necessarily a banquet for like organized for the grads just yet. So I think a lot of parents are taking that on right now. So that's going to be exciting. I think people are just excited to not have like a drive-through grad, like just watching the drive-through grads the last couple of years.
Yeah. I wish we could do like a redo. Right? Like, okay, the 2020 class, come back.
Yeah, all the 20-year-olds. Yeah.
Would you come back? I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you go to your high school reunion?
No. Did you?
No. But that's because, so I graduated here in Cochrane, but whoever was organizing it mixed us with the Bow Valley reunion. So like it was a duel, and I didn't know any of the kids there, and it was in the city. And
why
so
would you want to hang out with people you didn't go to high school with?
I don't know.
Like if you didn't hang out with them in high school, do you want to hang out with them 10 years later?
Yeah.
Like, is that a thing?
And I guess like, especially with social media now, right? Like I do know you don't get that like, oh my goodness, you have kids? Oh wow, like you lost all that weight. Like I've seen all these people.
Well, that's the thing. You can stalk people on social media every single day.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of feel like you get a glimpse into their lives every day. You don't really need to see them 10 years later. And it's like if you don't actually hang out with them, do you really want to see them 10 years later?
Yeah, that's true. And then you also have to fake that you didn't know that. Like,
exactly.
Oh, I just went to Disneyland. Oh, that's shocking.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't see the 5,000 pictures you just posted.
Oh, great. But it's really cool that kind of stuff is coming in. And of course, you were gone, but gas prices continued to rise.
I didn't know about that.
You
know what? Actually, I was listening to some radio stations when I was in Disneyland, and that's exactly what all the radio DJs were talking about, is how to save money on gas. And so they were coming up with different tips, like how you could just walk, you could rollerblade or skateboard to work. And it made me laugh, because it's like, that's exactly what we would be talking about here in Cochrane. Like, it's the exact same conversation.
But in California, you could that could be a solution, right? Like, I sold my car. I ride my bike all year round. Here, we have a solid 4 months so you can do that. But like, you live close enough to the station, but you wake up super early. Would you ever ride your bike at like 3:30 in the morning?
Well, there's
to get
about
here?
a 3-week period where it's bright in the morning that I could do that. So for the last 2 years, I have wanted to do that. I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet.
Good intentions.
I know. So this year, this is the year, 2022, I'm going to ride my bike to work.
Now, you're friends with a lot of like mom groups, moms. Are you finding like them talking that they're going to start ditching vehicles, getting their kids new bikes, that kind of stuff?
Ditching their minivan and making their kids bike themselves.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the thing is this is not practical. Like, what do you do? Like, we live in an environment where you need a vehicle. Like if you have kids and your kids are in activities, like you have, like, what do you do with their hockey bag, their dance bag?
Here you go, kid.
Well, like it's not practical. Like you can't get away with not having a vehicle. And in Cochrane, like, we have Colt buses for sure, but like they don't operate lots of times in the evenings, and like it's just, they're great for sure. 100%. Absolutely. Like I'm not knocking Colt. I'm not. But it's not a solution for all of the time. And let's face it, like a lot of people aren't from Cochrane, so you need to travel to go visit friends or family sometimes. Like we need vehicles. We're not an urban center. Like you do need a vehicle from time to time.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is, right? And you feel like, I just stay in town. Like I leave Cochrane once every 2 weeks to go to the city to do something.
Totally.
Right? But other than that, my gas tank still goes down because my kids got swimming lessons. They're going to this field. They're going to this friend's house. And that's one thing with Cochrane is we're spread out. Right?
We are. It's a very spread out community. But it's funny because both my kids, they used to go to preschool over at Spray Lakes. Yeah. And I live just across the river from Spray Lakes. So I very rarely would drive. Like I
swim across.
Yeah, I would swim across the river, 100%. No, but I would bike or I would walk or whatever, right? I'd put them into the chariot. I would walk them over. Yeah. I would, because that was before the bridge was built. So I would.
The old bridge.
The old bridge. So I would. Like it was longer for me to drive them to preschool or to Spray Lakes all the time. So I would actually walk all of the time. So anytime I can walk or bike here in town, I absolutely do. Other than 4 a.m, because that's crazy. crazy.
And it's funny. We complain. We work in Cochrane. We live in Cochrane. But your husband going back into the office from working from home, are you noticing like that jump up in cost?
Yeah. Like we've been spoiled for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We were actually just talking about that the other day. Like he's been home pretty much for 2 years. The odd time he's gone into the office over the last 2 years, but coming up on April 4th, he's going back full time.
Wow.
So we're like, oh, we're going to have to cut
Ew.
costs because, like gas prices.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've known a couple of friends who they get called back into work full time, right? They work in Airdrie or Calgary and they call their bosses and they're like, no, I live too far away. And the response is, you didn't have to choose to live in Cochrane. Right? Yeah, that's the downside of I think a lot of people also in the last couple of years have chosen Cochrane thinking they'll be working from home forever, and now they're heading back to the office. So that will be fun.
I know. Just like worst timing ever. Gas prices and everybody heading back to the office.
Yeah, so just get a bicycle. I'm sure that ride to Calgary, well, once they do the pathway
the trail,
thing.
I know. Exactly.
Right? The Cochrane Now Trail, right? That's what it's going to be
That's
named,
the name, right? It's been chosen.
Yeah, out of 1,400 names submitted, I'm sure half of them were Cochrane Now.
100%.
But we were also helping with gas prices. We're giving away money.
I know.
And as a radio station, as a host, cash is king. Nothing is more fun than just giving somebody money, right?
There's nothing better. And I kind of feel jealous. Okay, I actually wanted to cut my vacation a little bit short because I missed out on the first 2 days that you launched this contest.
So you want to take it away from me. That's nice. That's awesome.
I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit jealous that you got to start this off and I wasn't here to participate.
And a lot of the time, as a radio person, pricing can be lost on us. We're giving away stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But with cash, people are coming in and they are just so thankful, right? Like I gave Chelsea, I think like just over $250.
Yeah.
And she came in and she's just like, this is incredible.
It's
right?
huge. Well, it's just like extra cash in your pocket that you weren't expecting.
Exactly. And you got to spend it on something fun.
Yeah.
Like that should be the prerequisite. You can't use it on bills or not. No,
it's got to be fun. Like go straight to your favorite store and treat yourself.
Yeah. And we actually have a lot of money, like
thousands of dollars.
This is the second time we've done it. And it went so well the first time. Bow Valley Credit Union was like, you know what? Let's go bigger. So they gave us so much more. Yeah. And we're doing over more. 3 weeks. So this is still just week one.
Huge.
720. 91.5 FM, Cochrane Now. And we are just going to continue to give away money.
Well, and it's the anticipation is real because we don't know how much money is in each piggy bank too. Yeah. So like when we're smashing them open, we have no idea. And we're just as, we're sitting on the edge of our seat just like the listener is.
Yeah.
So,
and people always ask too, like, oh, as a radio host, are you ever tempted to take a prize or anything? And it's like, losing your job isn't
that's
quite
not really worth a couple $100. Yeah.
Exactly, right. But it is just so cool. That's the best part of our job is just to give away prizes and
so
money.
Much fun.
Money. So that's 7:20 every morning. Yeah. And that's everything going on in Cochrane. Yeah. If you could have seen Lauren's eyes, her eyes throughout this entire podcast were like, I was in Disneyland. Yeah. This is the first time I heard a lot of this stuff because you probably disconnected from the Cochrane bubble for a couple of days,
like
right?
I think I turned my phone on like once or twice the entire time. I was totally in the happiest place on earth. And
that's how it should be, right?
Well, it was nice. It was a nice little break to disconnect.
And now you're back in.
Back in the thick of it. So it's your turn next, though. Very soon.
Yes. That is it for us. Thank you again. And you can listen to us on all your favorite podcast services.